Okay, so I know that probably nobody's going to be watching this until later, but I know that it'll save to my Facebook. But I just want to put my thoughts out there of the protest that happened today. What exactly went down, how I feel about Westboro Baptist Church, and about their beliefs and a lot of the stuff that happened, and just basically gonna talk, I guess. And I kind of want to make this like a regular thing where I get on here and I help start a conversation about these things, because I really do want to make a difference, and I really do want to help make change in the world, because there's a lot of hateful people in this world, and some of them being people from Westboro Baptist Church, which is more of a cult than it is a church. My hair looks really bad. Hey, Ashton. So today we did a protest. We protested, me, my friend Ashton, and my mother went to UNLV to protest Westboro Baptist Church, who came to the school UNLV to protest the, support that the school gives to the transgender and gay community in their school, being very supportive of their students. They did this at Rancho High School, who recently has been very accepting of their transgender students. CSN, which is very supportive of their transgender and gay students. Same thing with UNLV. We went to UNLV because it was Westboro's last protest of today in Vegas. We showed up on time. Westboro was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. They showed up at 8:30, which is when they were supposed to end their protest. Campus security and state police would not allow Westboro Baptist Church on the campus like they originally planned. Apparently the security and the cops got there before Westboro did, to make sure that they didn't get on campus. So they were at a corner off campus, but in front of the school. We all walked there, showed up, and were basically protesting them, yelling over them, peacefully protesting them. They were walking on a gay flag. They were stomping on the transgender flag, the Jewish flag, and the gay flag, and the U.S. flag, which is funny because, they're Americans. You'd think they have a little bit more respect for their flag. But I realized that us being there wasn't to change their mind or stop them from their beliefs. It was to tell them that they're not wanted here, that they aren't accepted. Nobody wants them here. And they're kind of, I wouldn't say pathetic, but it's sad to see how they can sit there and spew such hate and be okay with it. And, it's not like this is an every now and then thing where they're spewing hate. They do this is their life, where they are hateful people. And I don't believe that anybody can live in this world happily and, live a happy life and be a good person if they sit there and they spew hate and they're yelling hateful things. We never were hateful towards them. We did tell them to go home. We told them that their bigotry wasn't wanted here, but we never said F you or said very hateful things. We never said hateful things. We said go home. It wasn't nice particularly, but it wasn't as hateful as the things that they were saying. I'm not saying that we're better people or that, our morals are better than their morals, because that's not my place to say. But I will say that they were not good people. They had kids there, my age, maybe, 15-year-olds, people my brother's age. And it's sad because those kids are being brought up thinking that these hateful things are okay. I was watching a video of one of the little boys that they have at that church who were telling this reporter that, he was going to hell. And that all Jews are going to hell. That he was using the word fag. He was, using these words that, at my age, even I wouldn't be saying these things to a person like that. At his age, when I was his age, I didn't know what the word fag meant. At his age, I didn't know what, the F word meant. I didn't even know these words. This kid had to have been 5, maybe 6. And he didn't know what these words meant. He just knew that his family said that fags are going to hell. Jews are going to hell. All these words that, when I see, even when I go to the Pride Parade and I see little kids, sometimes I'm like, even as somebody supporting the gay rights movement, I say, maybe you shouldn't be bringing a kid to that because, one, the Gay Pride Parade is very adult content, and also I wouldn't want my kid to see, the people on the side spewing hate, or, the people in the parade spewing hate back. I wouldn't want my kid to see that hate. I get, people who want to bring their kids, and their kids are holding signs like I love my 2 moms or something like that. Like, sometimes it's cute when you go to a peaceful protest and you see things like that, but I wouldn't particularly bring my kid to a pride parade for the simple fact of there's a lot of hate going on at those things. And the fact that they have these kids holding signs, that I saw a kid holding a sign that said, and pictures of saying pedophile, it said the word pedophile on it, it said the word rape, and it said hell. It said pedophiles rape and go to hell. I don't think that kid knows what a pedophile is. I don't think that kid knows what rape is. And I feel like his family just hands him the sign and says, go say this. Reporters ask these kids, do you know what you're talking about? And they don't. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, the adults don't know what they're talking about, but these kids really don't know what they're saying. They don't know what their parents are saying. They don't know what grandma and grandpa are saying. They don't know what their aunts or uncles are saying. They don't know themselves what they're saying. But they're saying it because they're told to say it. And when we were there, Channel 13 of Las Vegas News, I don't know what channel that is, or I know it's Channel 13, but I don't know what news station that is. Like, I know it's not Fox News, but it's, I don't know exactly what company it is, but they were there, and they, interviewed the main girl of Westboro Baptist Church. I can't remember her name, but the main woman who everybody knows. They were talking to her, and they seemed sympathetic towards them, and they seemed like they were on their side and that we were the bad people. But they came on our territory. They came at us. We were protecting our schools and our territory, and they came onto our campus. I mean, I'm not a UNLV student, but they came onto that school's campus. They attacked those students and those students' rights. And the fact that we were posted as a bad people protecting our rights is kind of sad. The fact that anybody could support Westboro Baptist Church is scary because they are hateful towards not only the gay community and the transgender community, but they're also hateful towards, soldiers who sit here and they fight for rights. Whether you believe that that's actually what they're fighting for and what they're doing is, up to you. But to those people, they're fighting for, our rights. They're fighting for their ability to assemble and freedom of speech. But they're protesting their funerals. They're protesting, and it's sad to say that, I have one thing in common with them is I don't like Trump, but not a whole lot of people do at this point. But they're protesting anything and everything, and they don't even know what they're talking about. I hope Channel 13 News knows that if they sympathize with Westboro, that our community will most likely boycott them. Our community will no longer support them. And if they support Westboro Baptist Church and their teachings, I don't wish ill will upon anybody, but I hope that they have to go find somewhere else to spew that hate, because I wouldn't want anybody watching a news channel that spews hate, that makes the world, spews hateful things in a world that's already so ugly. I'd rather support a news channel that, yes, will talk about the bad things going on in the world, but won't sit there and spew hate on top of it. I kind of watch a lot of different news channels for the simple fact of different opinions, different outlooks on what's going on in the world, what is going on in the world, because some news channels have a different agenda. And sometimes, you have to go on the internet and you have to search things yourself and figure out what's going on in the world. But to sit here and sympathize with a cult, because they're not a church, they're a cult. They are not a church. They do not teach religious teachings. They have a cult mentality, a very cult-like mentality of sitting there and saying that, because a cult will accept people and then completely shun them and disown them and make their families disown them when they decide to leave the church or the cult. Churches don't do that. My grandparents, who will probably maybe see this, they are Christians. I believe they're Lutheran. I could be wrong about that. Growing up, I believe they were Lutheran when I was younger. I'm not sure if they still are, but they are Christian. And, I have my beliefs. They respect that. They respect my views. They respect me as a person. They respect my feelings. We may have different views, politically, religiously, spiritually. We may have different views. We may support different people. We may support different presidents. We may support different, religions, different things. But we're still family. We still talk to each other. We still love each other. And even though we do disagree on things, we are still there for each other. And never once has their church said that they shouldn't talk to me because I'm pansexual or I'm not Christian or that they should shun me and my family for, being atheist or being, my stepdad, his family is Jewish. And we go to Passover, and it's not like their church is like, oh, they went to Passover, you need to shun them. That's a church. That's a religion. A cult, though, is completely different. They will tell you that you shouldn't talk to your family when they leave. A cult sits there and brainwashes you into believing hateful things. And they'll brainwash you into thinking you're not brainwashed. I was watching a video of a girl talking about her leaving the church, and she was talking about how they were so focused on brainwashing them into believing that they weren't brainwashed. And that's a cult. They are honestly a cult, and nothing can change that besides themselves and being more accepting. A few years ago, 10 years ago, they were saying that they don't hate fags. They want to help them and change them. Now they're saying that they hate fags and that, that it's not, that God made them fags to, God made gay people gay so that he can hate them. They did something to deserve to be gay for God to hate them. And it makes no sense. Because I understand the point of view of, you choose to be gay and you're disobeying God, but for God to make you gay and him hate gays, to It's just crazy thinking. It's this crazy mentality of they always go back on what they say. They said in 2012 that God was going to come back and banish us all to hell because Obama was becoming president. And that 3.5 years after he became president, that he was going to, because he's president, that we're all going to go to hell. And that God's going to come down and smite us all and send us all to hell. It didn't happen. And then next thing they're saying, no, we didn't say that. We didn't say that. Our church didn't say that. We didn't say that. Don't say that we did. That's a lie. Don't put words into our mouth. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I've been rambling on for 15 minutes about them, but yeah, they're hateful people. They're a cult. Our job today wasn't to change their mind, but to tell them that their place was not at UNLV, CSN, or Rancho High School. That their place is not in Vegas. They're not wanted here. And they should just go home and teach their practices in their church or cult building. And I hope that one day those kids will become accepting, will leave the church, no matter how hurtful it will be to leave their family behind, but to make sure that their kids grow up knowing love, knowing acceptance, knowing loss, knowing gain. The fact that their leader died, so grandfather and father to many of them, and they don't know what loss is. They don't know what it means to lose somebody and feel pain. It's sad. It's a human, it's not even a human reaction to be sad about it. It's a reaction of everything, from humans to cats and dogs to fish. We all feel pain. And the fact that they've been taught to not feel pain is sad. And if any of them see this, which I don't think they will, I hope that they learn one day that there is acceptance and forgiveness in the world. That there's a community out there that even if you're a straight cis person, and you just want forgiveness for everything you've said, and you want forgiveness for the hate that your family spewed, and you want forgiveness for yourself, and you want change, there's a community out there that will accept you. I mean, look at your other family members that have left. The world has accepted them. They are loved, and they are living happy lives. So yeah, I want to make this a semi-regular thing where I talk about different topics. If you guys don't want this, then let me know, but it really feels good to get this off my chest, and maybe this is where I'll put this out here. So yeah, I hope everybody has a nice day, and bye.